this is very tough. I'm going to tell you something now. You see, in the future, you're going to see all of this come up. I know what I'm talking about. The capital letters that I am doing, I'm downloaded with information I'm about to tell you. There is a queen bee kind of entity who is an benevolent extraterrestrial, and we are all hooked into benevolence. See, it's a purified form. The the extraterrestrials who are me, it's not a race. The black, the yellow, the white, the red, the brown, and the blue race. People that are here that are different colors. There isn't anything like the information that I'm pumping out right now. No man is going to help us. You need to ignore that fucking shit that they just keep putting men up there to do something. It's time to put the real leaders back into position and actually fire the law enforcement that they have right now, because they are not psychologically, spiritually, or emotionally fit to make contact with the public. You would be surprised how much of the courthouse people are in the same condition. In fact, all of humanity is rendered up absolutely useless to themselves, eating fucking popcorn. Useless popcorn eater, please. Get off your ass and go to the courthouse. Did you see my videos? Now, I'm going to tell you something that is very real. The benevolent being who is stationed in Africa that contacted me is in live contact with me through the capital letters that I'm putting up. And I'm learning when to put it up, and you should learn how to read it. It's just broken up and it's very cartoon-like, but you start to put the fucking puzzles together. Oh my God, and I learned so much as to what's going on there. So just follow me, because I am a shepherd, your leader, you are sheep. We are resetting to Aries and the whole zodiacal phase. Aries are sheep. We start out as the I am, and that's why you say we the sheep. But I found your, sorry about that, I found your brand. You don't have separate brands unless you want a hot iron and try and run and stick everybody and convince people that you're fucking awesome. You have two collectives here. One is human beings. They're going extinct in 4 years if you do not get off your ass and start participating in the movie that you are in and stop being a useless popcorn eater and watching it on TV. Of course, they're going to televise not just the Third World War, the spiritual warfare, but the second coming of Buddha, the possibility that we can set this shit free with one single person, or many of you, if you can just understand a simple concept that there is two types here. And you're using a typewriter, you should at least lowercase the I. At least one thing to do, keep the I in lowercase. The iPhone is to activate the third eye. And some people will have not been able to handle that, see, when they start thinking that they're hallucinating messages and stuff. But then again, no, see, that some people can handle it. See, it's kind of a design, and it's called the splitting of the seas. A split. I'm just kidding. I just finished a goddamn whole thing of tequila, and I don't know what else to do here. You better start learning learning that human beings, actual human beings, not non-human, not narcissist, not the backdrop, not what is fucking harnessing it up over there with the cabal. Babes, do you hear my videos? Please watch them. And I need support here. If you're living in Idlewild, don't be afraid of me now, please. Don't be afraid of anything. Don't fear not. Especially, stop bagging on human emotions. I will house you if you need a place. I'm not going to charge you rent. You can open up a shop in my lower downstairs and say, fuck the overhead over there. I would only charge you like $300. If you want to live in a room, I would charge you $100 more. But if you have a good shop and a good purpose, you're going to have to shift around and stop believing in whatever money has been touching, whatever money that today's money is touching. You need to have it transferred into your fund. Now, your brand name is called this. Do me a favor, find out what century that they started calling timepieces watches and then sticking them on the wrist. That's how far ahead the language is showing you something, because a watch means that you are being watched, okay? That's a fucking obvious. What the fuck? Otherwise it's a timepiece. See, this is how you don't know your language and you're not listening. But I am, okay? Because it's set right in front of your face in the fairgrounds wartime. But you're in the middle of World War III, and if you ignore people like me, your leaders on the rise, in fact, crowned queen of the entire population here. But I'm not here. I'm interdimensional, and you will see it though in the future that the language will change. Now the women, because they'll take back their ability to depopulate or just manage. They are the populators, and you don't let somebody else control the depop. You don't have that if you are controlling yourself, you ladies. Now, you better control yourself. Sorry. I'm sorry they made it difficult for you because the birth control is laced with poisons. There were people 800 years ago, women, that were practicing safe medicines all around, stirring up cauldrons of concoctions using pure herbs. And one of them was to prevent pregnancy because you have to. You have to stop because your job is to. Have you been listening to me? I'm going to do a TED talk in 7 months. I'm just right now. I need proper support. Look, I'm being rendered down into just a body weight that I don't like. It fucks with my head. It's really hard to concentrate, but I'm qualified to do this. They knew it, and they love me. Who are they, Shauna? Well, you have benevolent beings who live in outer space that they can't really interfere with the experiment that you are in as far as the human experience, because it's like a good mother who looks down here and says, well, it seems like that they see all the language and everything, but you don't. The criminally insane justice system, do you think that's normal to walk into a building there and think you're going to find justice if you're a human being? No. You need a human being's justice system now. That's the truth. There's two types. Okay, so you have to know that you don't need to fuck with any individual brand. Just surrender that you have a wallet money application. Yeah, we're going to figure this out. See, I'm very excited because I know. See, now you're going to see this language come up because this is the type of women you will find according to the very um, humanitarian move, and it's an elevation in consciousness. Just change your perception. There isn't anything falling off the face of the earth, no matter how much depop or even extinction that you see, because it can be accessed somewhere else out in the universe. There's planets full of, there's like planet elephant, and there's a planet whatever's going extinct, the dodo bird, and there's a planet, so it's being drawn up and it's being put here too also, so don't worry about that. The worry is that human faction extinction could take place because they have won the war and you did nothing but eat popcorn the whole time when it was televised. Stop doing that. So anyway, don't worry, one person might be able to do it. But I'm asking you to participate in your own fucking life now. What you'll see is, there's the bleeders. See, the bleeders has the word, the sound, it's not spelled right, but just you have to be able to do a fucking puzzle and just say, yeah, that's leader. Bleeder, see. And then there's breeders. There's going to be bleeders and breeders. The bleeders, they're holding back and having pregnancies. And then there's the breeders, because they know full well how to convert the man into away from his narcissism, because that's the thing. Because of the way God made the design here, he's not born from the man's world. He's born created by a woman, and he's born into the woman's world, so he doesn't have his full embodiment of intelligence. And that's the problem. It's a delicacy to learn how to form the male side into something that isn't so harmful as the narcissist, just the mind there that doesn't get into its body and start learning about feelings and producing happy feelings and start consistently learning how to do things that work. Because if it works, it feels good. And if it doesn't work for us, it's going to start feeling bad. So the woman's body, God damn this, but you understand that I found something. Did you hear me? You're going to see it. The bleeders are real. They're the ones that, now it's hooked into your taxes. You don't have to pay taxes, by the way. Stop it. Don't ever pay taxes ever again. Go to the courthouse and tell them you see people eating your babies, especially you women. Stop having children. What are you doing? I mean, really, no, the money isn't yours right now. Just stop. It's okay. You can still fuck. Learn oral sex. Do everything but fucking penetration there. Fucking let it go that way and say bye. He has no idea what he's doing. The men on this planet right now are disembodied, and a lot of spiritual possession is happening. I'm surrounded by it here on this mountain, and it's extremely unfortunate that it's gotten this far. But guess what? They're not going to get away with all of what they do. And I am going to come back here and start explaining to you the very scientific, like how it happens that through the human flesh, the spiritual warfare that we are in midst of, that you probably don't know that there's a spiritual warfare coming up, and you don't recognize your leaders, the Aries people. They're just activating, and they're like, excuse me, you wouldn't believe me, huh? You wouldn't? You don't? Well, then if you don't, then just ignore these 2 videos and don't complain about your life continually looking like hell warming over and the demons around you that don't care, but seems to be attacking you or whatever, whoever you are. You don't experience it unless you become more and more awake, and then you're initiated into something. And I am fully on just chewing them up and spitting them out. And it's not known right now, but I know, so I know who I am, you don't, and that's okay. But watch these videos again and then catch this one, and I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm just fully excited, and basically I should have received help a long time ago. You guys think I'm faking about something. I'm like, I have to do something, and I'm being attacked! And they're not winning. I keep calling them out. I'm saying this is amazing because the demon-possessed narcissist, sociopath, or sadomasochist, or just a standard fucking psychopath that has gone criminally insane, which most people are rendered up that way because their money is hooked into the criminally insane over there. They have opened up themselves a criminally insane justice system. Well, cool. Do you want to keep giving them justice, or do you want to open up your fucking own justice system and separate yourself out? And yeah, this is going to be happening. The women in the future, it's going to be so different. And thank me. But I see, you don't know what I'm talking about, right? And that's okay. The capitalizing of the vowels and stuff, it shows me the nature of everything here. And it's totally pre-programmed. Now, if the perception can raise it up into the upper spectrum, what makes contact with you is this benevolent being, and it's you wouldn't even believe how it's teaching me. It's so remarkable, and it is hooked into your iPhone. It is a spiritual warfare that they have prematurely. I don't know if it's premature or no, they're ready to activate it. And they say, we want human evolution here. You have to realize what's happening on this planet, and don't waste this fucking technology on your selfies, you useless popcorn eater. Woo! Support me, please. It's impossible to be a channeler and handle the fucking menial, practical concerns of life, which is across the shit in the 3D. I move myself in and out of outer space, reality, interdimensionally, and I'm receiving messages. Just kidding. Like I said, I'm struggling with alcoholism here. Not! You're a human being knows how to fucking discern sarcasm. They do puzzles, and they can discern emotions. You're looking at a population that is trying to extinguish your emotions and all that shit. And that's how you know that it's getting demon possessed out there, because sociopaths pick on emotions and stuff. They're fucking stupid people. They're just really, really painfully, dangerously stupid. And they're dangerous people. I will tell you how fucking dangerous they are. You don't know what's going on. The backdrop of non-human entities, the disembodied soul type narcissist, they are unaware. They aren't aware of how they move to destroy the uprise of leaders, and one of them is me. Take a chance with me. Take a chance with you. Take a fucking chance every once in a while. Stop going along the shitty fucking wagon ruts of that system that is built on satanic cult, interdimensional. But most of what you see, people walking around, technically are not humane beings. They're not awakened yet. And if you look closer, they're shape-shifting right in front of you. Thank you for listening to this, and watch these videos again. And stop. I mean, you're on fluoride and shit. I understand you don't know how to do it, but just share it. Put it on your timeline. Put it on your friend's timeline. Put it on that one timeline over there that I blocked them. Put it everywhere, okay? In the meantime, if you're in Idlewild, please come to my door and say, Shauna, I have a question. Is there anything you need that I can get you? Because nobody's coming to me and asking me questions. They're coming to me and they're throwing money at me or some kind of fucking breadcrumb, and they don't really say much. The conversation is dull. It's more like, well, hope you get well soon, Shauna. No, nobody's getting well soon until you wake up and learn meditation, and then start getting the real information that way. Stay out of public schools. Don't pay taxes. We're just at a time where you just stop. Stop. Fuck the world. What a fucking farce it is. I'm sorry if you don't see it, but you will. You don't? Whoa. You don't have much taste. Not much like sense of value or anything. You don't know the difference between GMO or non-GMO. Babes, they're poisoning the population for profit, and you need to stop all of that. You don't pay taxes to those people. You don't even walk into their stores. No, there's a huge war coming up, and you'll see some of this shit's gonna start blowing up. Fuck Walmart. Protest by not paying taxes. Don't go into Walmart ever again. Just do without all of the stuff that an organization that has been eating your babies for 3,000 years is designing and just throwing it out there. You have no idea how the face of humanity is going to change in just 4 years, but in 20 years, it's unrecognizable. We have it all in place that we know who our leaders are. They are women, and there are two types that are participating in a humanitarian movement because they're taking their power back in their own hands. There are breeders here, and then there are leaders here. That's the truth. And I will, if you want me to continue to tell you the advanced language that you'll be looking at, that it's going to rise up, that's real. I didn't make that up. I'm getting downloads. I would love to tell you how the process works, but in 6 or maybe 2 years, I know how it works in my head, but it's really hard to articulate it. And I'm going to start drawing pictures because you don't really stick with language. Your language, the English alphabet, the global movement was to reduce perception away from Babylon and start just looking at stick figure symbols that they're drawing. The O being the forever life, outer space kind of realm, God, oh, now. It's okay to just trash your mind and start letting this rewire you. It's okay, but we will come up with tools that opens both hemispheres of your brain, and you will start being able to see life in a completely different way. It's very tedious when the third eye opens or anything like that, so a lot of people don't handle it. And in the West here, it's unfortunate because most of the people in the mental institution and shit, they're being misdiagnosed. Nobody knows how to handle or even be with what has happened with them. And it is, they themselves need to be informed also. And so they just think they're going crazy, and they take that and they take the blue pill. And I am the red pill, and I am a pillar. I am a part of the 144 chosen, my DNA activated, just chance situation, a sensitive little hair on top of the head of God that wiggles me every once in a while and says, you must make these messages. But by the time you see that I have shifted over $33 trillion into the wallet, and then if you can't see what's in the capitals there, that's okay. There's plenty of people that are going to do the work, and they'll be able to see the all one, and then they'll say, yeah, that's our brand. And then when the language changes more and more, I mean, when the look of the writings change, that's when you know that we're elevating more and more into a higher consciousness. And if you want to talk to aliens more like babes, you just want to be aware that you are hooked into benevolence extraterrestrials, and they are lining the outer space realm called the universe. In fact, the universe is 100% humane, human, woman. Don't deny her anymore, babes. No, don't deny her organism. You woman, make sure you're having an organism with an orgasm.